Hi guys, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Um, what I want to talk to you about today is some of the research that I did when it came to buying a TP tent and the type of shelters I was looking at. Not It was mainly for camping and also for my bug out bag. Um, and for like a shit hits the fan type scenario. Um, it had to be a 4 season tent. So I wanted something durable and something that could withstand the outdoors. Something that wasn't so cheap, but it wasn't so expensive. But mainly it had to be a 4 season tent. So what? I'll save this for last. I don't know if you guys can see it on the side of the screen. Anyways, so the first one is the Cabela's Outback Lodge. Oops. This is the 12 by 12. This is the Cabela's Outback Lodge tent. Again, 12 by 12. That's the price, $4.99 or $449.99. The specifications on this is it's an 8-person tent. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's 20 pounds 6 ounces. It's a 12 by 12. Center height is 108 inches, and the side height is 36 inches. So it's made out of this material. If you guys can see this, just goes to the website, type Cabela's Outback Lodge tent, and you'll be able to find it. I'm not gonna go into all the specifications, but I was looking into getting this one, mainly because of the size. But after I looked at the weight of it, it was way too big. So I kind of started looking at something else. There was a YouTube video that I watched. I can't remember the name of the channel, but mainly it was just a video on the tent. He was showing a 10 by 10, which will be this one. This is the 10 by 10, as you guys can see. This one actually weighs 16 pounds. It's a 10 by 10, center height of 100 inches. It's a 6-person tent. And again, there's all the specifications. But then I kind of started thinking about it because I wasn't too sure if I wanted something that big. From what I can tell in the video is that it was perfect for what I wanted. But then again, 16 pounds, I mean, it's a little bit heavy. So I wasn't too sure if I wanted to go with that route. Another thing that before I purchased this tent, which it was the 8 by 8, not 10 by 10, was this. If you guys look at the accessories, they actually have the floor liner, and I wasn't too sure if the tent came with a floor liner, because it says detachable. And I couldn't find that on my tent. I know that the front of it has a zipper that opens the bottom, but that's about it. I didn't see where it went all the way around. But I took a chance, so I went ahead and bought it. When I got it, it did come with the floor liner. So just to let you guys know. So this is the 10 by 10. This one is cost. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. Not sure what. $349.99. So that's the 10 by 10. Then I was like, okay, maybe I can go with an 8 by 8. There were no YouTube videos out there, and hopefully by this point I should have uploaded my camping trip that I took with Onyx, and then kind of show you guys the view of the tent. So then I started looking into this. I ended up paying $300. I know it's a little bit expensive. for this type of tent, but at the time it was the only thing that I found that I liked and was within my price. Well, it was not within my price range. It was a little bit too much, but it was pretty much the only thing available in the market that I found with positive reviews. So again, this is an 8x8. Center height is 78 inches. Side height is 24 inches, and if we convert 78 inches, that would be 6.5 feet at the center. So with the center pole, either standing up, you're looking at 6.5 feet. 100 inches, which will be the 10x10, you're looking at 8.3 feet at the center of it. And with the 20 by, or the 12 by 12, you're looking at 9 feet at the center pole. So once you have the pole and you're standing right on in the middle of it, you're looking at 9 feet. So the 8x8, okay, so 6.5 feet. You know, at the center pole, that's not bad. I'm 5'11". So I was like, okay. I started again researching this. They have 273 reviews, and what I ended up finding out is that on some of the older ones, for example, this would be they gave it a 1 star out of 5. But if you guys look at the date, it was dated September 18, 2010. This one, December 24, 2009, 2009, 2008, and so on. Some of the reviews that I read was that the zipper gets caught. The other thing was that the stakes were a piece of crap. They were made out of plastic. Things like that. It wasn't waterproof, or it let some of the water in. So that's some of the things that I found. But like I said, after I did the research, I found out that they were old, and I believe I saw some pictures on the internet with the for this type of tent, but it was a different type of color. And what I believe is that Cabela's came out with this tent a couple of years back, and then they went back into it and they upgraded it and did some modifications to it based on the customer reviews. But that's what I can tell, because when I got my tent, it didn't come with the plastic stakes. It came with the metal ones, which were a little bit too heavy for me, but that's another story. That'll be another video, by the way. The other thing is that the zipper, I didn't have any issues with it. Like, it didn't get caught or anything. It was waterproof. When I went camping, it started sprinkling in the middle of the night a couple of times in the morning, and none of the water got in it. I kind of wish it would have rained a little bit more. That way I could have really tested it. But like I said, not a drop of water. There was some condensation, but nothing too severe. So that's that. So I ended up going with the 8x8, $300. So that's that. Then before I purchased this, I did lots of researching on the internet, what was available on the market as far as a teepee tent. The reason why I went with the teepee tent is because as you guys can see, it doesn't have a lot of parts. The only thing that it has will be this, the lines around it to kind of pull it apart, to kind of give you more space, and then the center pole. Well, if the center pole breaks, then all I need is just like a hiking stick I can make out of a piece of wood I can find. The other thing on this type of tent, and I don't think I mentioned this before, but on the box it says that you can put a string on top, and you can hang it from a tree, and then not use the center pole, which I've not done yet. But that's an option. So you can, if you want to save some weight, so 13 pounds, take out the center pole, get rid of the stakes, get some plastic ones, or maybe some of the REI lightweight ones, so you can save some weight. And then, like you guys saw in the video, I have plenty of space. This says that it's a 4-person tent. To be honest, I will probably say that it's maybe a 3-person tent, and that's pushing it. That would be like really crowded. To me, this is more of a 2-person and a dog type of tent. Nothing else, just 2 people and their gear, all their backpacks and rucksacks and their boots and whatnot, sleeping bag, all of that, and a dog, and maybe a portable wood stove. I do plan on getting a wood stove. I do plan on making some modifications to this as soon as I have the funds available. What I want to do is kind of get some fire retardant and put it on some of the floor, some of the walls. So that's another video. But like I said, it was me and Onyx, and I didn't have an issue. We had plenty of space. Like you guys saw from the video of my camping trip, the meshing on the mosquito screen. It's a different type of mosquito screen that I never seen, but it did let some of the air in, so I didn't have an issue with that. It actually does let air go into the tent. So that's that. I'll go ahead and pause it. I don't know if this is going to be like a part 2 or 3 video, but I want to make sure I keep them close. So let me pause this and show you the other type of tents I was looking at. Alright, so this is going to be part 2. This is another tent that I was looking at. This was available at the time. This is the Sportsman Guide 10x10 teepee tent. And I was looking into this. It was really cheap actually. At the time it was $100. Right now it's at $89. They have the 10x10, and then they have an 18x18. I don't know if you guys can see that on the side over here. Over here. Yep. Okay. The issue I had with this is that there was a lot of negative reviews all over the internet, saying that it wasn't water resistant. In the rain, like the whole inside got wet. The zippers were made out of crap. That's pretty much about it. I know that if it was not going to be water resistant, I didn't want it. One of the things that you could do is maybe like get a tarp and then put it on top. That way, if it does rain, the water kind of falls to the side, doesn't hit the tent. But that's more weight. This one, at the center height is 6 feet 6 inches. If you guys can see that. It says that it sleeps 6 people. Again, I don't know if it does. It probably could. Same with the Cabela's. It can probably sleep 4 people. But again, you don't want to be too crowded. It does look spacious from what I can tell from the pictures. If you guys can see that. It does have the floor liner as well. The other thing on this one weighs 14 pounds 13 ounces, so it was a pound and 13 ounces more, or a pound and a half. So that's it. And even though that it says that it's waterproof, again, it might be waterproof. It might be that they did the same thing that Cabela's did, where they had customer reviews and they ended up modifying it and redoing the whole tent. I don't know, but based on my reviews, some of them were from 2012. I didn't want to risk it. And then, if you guys can see, they also have a camo. What do you want? What do you want? I got Onyx over here. We just came from outside. I want to go practice and shoot my bow. I really like the camo one. But again, some of the reviews were not too positive, and I didn't want to take a chance on it. Let's see. So that was one. That was the Cabela's 10x10. They also had they have a different one. Hopefully I can find it. Maybe I should have taken a picture of it. It's almost exactly the same, except it's white. Yeah, I cannot find it. It's also a 10x10, or I think it's like a 12x12, but it's white. And it's also a teepee tent. But anyways, that's something different. The other thing I was looking at is maybe getting a canopy for, again, a bug out bag type of shelter. Shades, a fan, but also for camping, because I like to go camping, and I didn't want to spend too much money on having two types of shelters, one for shades, fan, and the other one for camping. So this will be a canopy. Most of the canopies don't have the four walls like this does. And what I ended up finding out, and this is a 10x10, and I don't know if you guys can see from the picture, it might not look big here, the packaging, how it comes, but it actually is, and not just that, but if you guys, even for a 10x10, this thing ends up weighing 72 pounds. I was like, okay, next, pass. So that was out of the question. So I started looking into more teepee tents, and I ended up coming across the Coleman 6-person instant tent. Now this did get a lot of positive reviews from what I can tell. This ends up weighing at I think it was like 30 some ounces, or 30 pounds, 32 pounds. Let's see if I can find it. 25.4 pounds. And this is I'm not sure what the dimensions on this is. Oh, there we go. So if it's a 6-person, you're looking at 10 feet by 9 feet. If it's a 4-person, you're looking at 8 feet by 7 feet, which I personally will go with this one. This one is a 6-person, so this one weighs 25.4. Let me see if I can find the 4-person. So the 4-person costs $101 or $100 pretty much. The weight on this is 9 pounds 8 ounces. Yep, 9 pound 8 ounces. The shipping weight is a little bit more because of the box and all that, and the packaging that it comes in. But anyways, the only issue that I had with this tent was the price was good, the weight was actually perfect, it's under 10 pounds. The only issue is that it has too many parts. If one of these limbs would end up breaking up, I would be pretty much out of luck. And it's a pop-up tent, so pretty much what you do is it comes in a packaging, and you pretty much take it out and boop, it pops up. If you guys can see from this picture. Not just that, but if you guys can see the packaging, it's actually too big. So it's something that I wasn't gonna be able to carry with me. Pretty much it looks like a full-size backpack. Like I said, it comes out, and then you pop it up, and voila, you got a tent. So I didn't, like I said, I wanted something simple, not too many moving parts. So that was out of the question. So next, I ended up looking at some of these pop-up tents that you can pretty much. Let me rewind this. Pretty much what it is just a tent. It folds, and then it comes and it'll fold into this round package. Close this out. And they got smaller ones as well, but like I said, I wanted something big because two reasons. I have a dog, and if any of you guys do any camping, any outdoor hiking, things like that, you pick up on things. You know that there's a lot of insects. It gets hot. There's a lot of mosquitoes, things like that. That can actually pretty much make your day shitty. So I didn't feel like I'm gonna sleep in a tent and my dog's gonna sleep outside with all the mosquitoes and all the insects and whatnot. So I wanted something that he was gonna be able to get in with me, like you guys saw on my camping trip video. He ended up sleeping with me inside. So that's one of the tents I was looking into getting. I believe something like that ends up weighing around, I think it was like 8 pounds, something like that. But it wasn't tall enough for me. If you guys can see from the video, it's just a sleeping area. It's not something where you can actually stand and have enough space. So I wanted something that I can stand up, kind of like a permanent tall shelter. So this was not it. Then I started looking into pretty much the same type of thing, but it was a much bigger one. Where you guys can see from the package, it's way too big. It's actually bigger than a backpack. I could probably attach it to the outside of it, but again, it makes you stand out way too much. So that would be pretty much the shelter. I could do without these, but I didn't find one. So it was, and this is perfect because you can actually stand inside. Maybe get like a wood stove in there. But again, the packaging, it's way too big. The other issue that I have with this, and getting up there, so I might have to pause this and then make part 3, is that it doesn't have a lot of moving parts. I'm not too sure how these like folding poles will hold up. If one of them breaks, I'm not sure if it's gonna stick out and probably damage the tent. But it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted something that I can fit on my backpack. So I'll go ahead and pause this and show you guys part 3.